Top 10 Oldest African Countries. Possessing a rich and varied history spanning thousands of years, Africa is considered the cradle of civilization. Several of the oldest civilizations in the world may be found on this continent. With that said, it is interesting to note the oldest African countries as presently constructed. The oldest African countries represent a tapestry of ancient civilizations that have left an indelible mark on the continent's history. Today, Africa boasts 54 countries, with borders that are much different than its original regions. However, despite colonial influence and amalgamations, many African countries have managed to retain their identities and today seamlessly integrate age-old cultures and contemporary development. Africa, as presently constructed, is the youngest continent, with the majority of the countries within the continent getting its independence in the last 100 years. However, there are debates that some African countries got their independence as far back as 1800 to 1900, whether it was partial, short-lived, or conditional. Below are the oldest African countries based on today's borders to get some form of independence. 1. Ethiopia. This East African country stands in a league of its own, as it is considered one of the few countries in the world to never be colonized. Liberia also holds this title, although it is not as widely accepted as Ethiopia. However, there was a period between 1935 and 1941 when Italy deposed Emperor Haile Selassie and took over Ethiopia, before being driven out by British Commonwealth and Ethiopian forces. As a result, some consider 1941 as Ethiopia's Independence Day. Despite this, it is generally accepted that this East African country was never colonized, as per the BBC. 2. Liberia. The Liberian Declaration of Independence was ratified and sealed on July 26, 1847. It contained accusations made by Liberians against their mother nation, the United States, of injustices that forced them to flee and start over in Africa, as per the U.S. Library of Congress. 3. South Africa. 4 colonies were combined to become the Union of South Africa, a self-governing dominion within the British Empire, on May 31, 1910. However, the United Kingdom continued to have jurisdiction over its relationships with the outside world, even though the new country was sovereign in its internal affairs. The Union of South Africa's government announced on May 31, 1961, that the nation would henceforth be a republic, as per the Office of the Historian USA. 4. Egypt. An Egyptian historical research paper conducted by Cambridge University, corroborated by other sources, shows that Egypt got its independence in 1922. The paper reveals that Britain unilaterally declared the independence of Egypt in 1922, February 28, 1922 to be more precise. 5. Libya. On December 24, 1951, the then United States President Harry Truman sent King Idris of Libya a congratulations note recognizing the United Kingdom of Libya. On that very day, Libya, a former Italian colony ruled jointly by France and Great Britain after World War II, proclaimed its independence, as per the Office of the Historian USA. 6. Sudan. According to information available on Wikipedia, the Republic of Sudan was recognized as an independent sovereign state on January 1, 1956. This declaration succeeded in the dissolution of the condominium of Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, wherein control was shared by Egypt and the United Kingdom. 7. Morocco. This North African country's independence was very eventful, to say the least, as its independence was gained region by region within its borders. For context, independence in Morocco, Spanish Northern Zone, Marruecos, was gained on April 7, 1956. Independence in Morocco, International Zone, Tangiers, was gained on Oki, 29, 1956. However, the official date is March 2, 1956, according to Thoughtcomer 8, Tunisia. According to Wikipedia, Tunisia gained independence from France on March 20, 1956, as advocated for by the Tunisian lawyer Habib Bourguiba. The lawyer-turned first prime minister of the Kingdom of Tunisia had begun the process of winning independence 4 years prior, in 1952. 9. Ghana. The highly decorated Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana's first prime minister, declared Ghana free of British colonial authority on March 6, 1957. After a protracted struggle for independence, Ghana became the first African country to achieve independence from British rule, as per the BBC. 10. Guinea. Guinea gained its independence on October 2, 1958. Before the French came in the 1890s and claimed the territory as part of colonial French West Africa, the country that is now Guinea was either bordered by or located within a series of historic African empires, according to Wikipedia. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Subscribe to Consistency Africa for every day's report.